What's up, guys? GameNut here, and welcome back to my NFL regular season predictions, man. Now in week number 4, already about to finish the first quarter of the season, which is kind of crazy, man. But of course, we got to take a look at last week, week 3, and see what our record was, how well we did it. Obviously, as you guys are seeing it, man, oh, I hate to look at it. Our first terrible week of the season, man. Absolutely terrible. I mean, only 6 game guessed correctly. Obviously, we got 9 wrong, and then that one stupid tie. I mean, first of all, let me just say this. I'm so sick and tired of ties happening in the NFL, man. Just please stop with it. I think this is like the 3rd year in a row that we've had one. And I even said it as a joke last week, man, like that the Cardinals and the Lions tied last time they played each other. And then here we go getting another tie with 2 other teams. I mean, I just can't be asked, man. I can't stand it, but regardless, I did make some crazy picks, man. Did pretty terrible, only getting 6 games guessed correctly, man. I definitely feel like I should have done better, which hopefully I will this week. But thankfully, Madden 21, they did pretty much just as bad. They actually went 7-8, and won with that one stupid tie, man. I'm so sick and tired of the ties. But anyways, like I said, thankfully they didn't do too much better than us. But hopefully we have ourselves a bounce back week here in week 4. So week number 4, and as for starters, obviously we have to address the teams on a bye, which are the Steelers and Titans. They were supposed to originally play, but I'm sure as most of you guys know, the whole COVID thing with the Titans, a couple players testing positive, which sucks, man. Let's, fingers crossed, man, that this doesn't continue, every week that we go on, and, more teams are popping up, man, because I want to have a full season of the NFL, man. I hope it doesn't, get canceled at some point because of all this BS, but the first instance here popping up now with the Titans and Steelers having to move their game to a future week in the season, which definitely sucks. But starting things off with Thursday night football now, we did have ourselves a thriller, man. Game of the year. I'm kidding, obviously. We had the 0-3 Broncos, 0-3 Jets, man. I mean, the Broncos obviously aren't as, they were a decent team. It's just really they're the team that just got hit with the injury bug, like I said, man. I mean, all of their starters, all of their top guys, they all got hurt, man. So it's just nothing you can really do about that. It's just bad luck for the Broncos this year. So obviously they're not going to be a good team because of that. And then the Jets, on the other hand, I mean, they've got a few injuries. Obviously, their big one is Le'Veon Bell. But the Jets are just the Jets. Okay, that's it, man. But as for this Thursday night game, yes, I did pick the Broncos. I mean, I just think, even though both teams, like I said, are bad, I just feel like the Broncos are a little bit less bad, and obviously that was the case. So thankfully, I was able to pick the better of the 2 garbage teams that came out on top for Thursday night football. So heading into our week 4 matchups now, first one on our Sunday, it looks like is going to be my Baltimore Ravens, now sitting at 2-1. It hurts to see it, man. We'll talk about it here in a second. But we are going now to take on the Washington football team, who now sits at 1-2. And as for my Ravens, man, obviously you guys know we should definitely be winning this game easily against Washington. This should be a bounce back game, man. I feel like we should be able to put up 40 points and come out and make a statement because the Monday night game against the Chiefs, man, it was just bad. It was embarrassing. I feel like the whole team just caved. They were nervous. They weren't ready for that big spotlight, and I just don't know, man. Obviously, everybody's going to be hating on Lamar, and they're going to blame him for that game, which is fine because I don't care what people think. I know it wasn't Lamar. The entire team played bad, man, and I mean, just on top of it, not only did we not play up to our standards, I mean, the Chiefs, they came out firing, man. They were ready for the spotlight. Obviously, they're used to it, and I mean, they pulled out all the trick plays, man. They had some crazy stuff on offense, man, and we had no answer. They definitely destroyed us, and it didn't look good. So like I said, after that performance on Monday Night Primetime, I honestly feel like my Ravens, they need to bounce back here, man, and just absolutely dominate the Washington football team. Next up, we've now got the LA Chargers sitting at 1-2, going to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sitting at 2-1. And I'm going to keep rolling with the Bucs, man. Like I said earlier on, like in week 1, just the more experience that Tom Brady gets playing with the Buccaneers, in actual real games and playing on the offense and continuing to practice with them, he's just going to keep getting more comfortable and getting better. And obviously that is starting to show. They looked like they got better last week. It seems like the passing game is just continuing to click. It's like I said, they need that chemistry built, man. And all that, the way it gets built is just by playing, and it seems like it's continuing to grow, man. So obviously Bucs, they're looking good, they're looking better, and fingers crossed we get some Gronkowski plays this week, man, because I got him on fantasy and I just want to see a touchdown out of Gronk, man. But like I said, Buccaneers, I think they're going to be able to beat the Chargers here. Next up, we've got the 3-0 Seattle Seahawks. They're a hot man, going to take on the Miami Dolphins, now sitting at 1-2. They're coming off their nice win against the Jaguars, man, not going to lie, but playing against a team like the Seahawks, it's not happening, bro. Obviously, Seattle is the clear-cut winner here, man. They're just on a roll. Russell Wilson looking like he is MVP caliber this year, man. He is just absolutely dominating, and I don't see that slowing down against the Dolphins, man. Honestly, I feel like this should be a pretty one-sided victory for the Seahawks. Wow, man, I feel like before the season started, if we looked to the future and saw this matchup, Vikings taking on the Texans, I guarantee you nobody would have predicted that both of them would be sitting at 0-3, man. It is kind of crazy to see. I don't really know what to say. Obviously, we all know that Houston had a very difficult opening schedule, so I guess 0-3, you know, is kind of seeable for them. But as for the Vikings, man, I mean, they just can't seem to click either. I mean, they had the game in their hands, I feel like, last week against the Titans, and I don't know what happened. They ended up losing it. It's just crazy to see, man. But both of these teams, like I said, 0-3, man. It's going to be hard for either one of these teams, I feel like, to make the playoffs at this point. You know, they really got to win out from this point. And I guess I'm going to go with Houston, man. They're the home team. I feel like, you know, I can't see Deshaun Watson going 0-4. It just, losing 4 games in a row, that dude is a beast. And like I said, I just don't see it happening. But on the other hand, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, you know, just in general, haven't been able to click. I gotta go with Houston, man. I feel like it's more favorable for them to win this matchup here. Once again, another matchup where both teams have the same record. Sitting at 1-2, we've got the New Orleans Saints going to take on the Detroit Lions at home. And this should be I'm going to say an easy win for the Saints, man. That's who I'm picking for this game. Like I said, I believe last week or 2 weeks ago, New Orleans, every single season, they always start off tough. Like, the first 3-4 games, they always lose 2. And I don't know why. It's just like, they got to get those kinks out at the start of the season or something. And I think they got those kinks out now, man. I mean, you know, they got those 2 losses out of the way, and I don't see that continuing. And against a team like the Lions, where, you know, they've got their own issues as well, I definitely see the Saints bouncing back here and being able to pick up the win. The now 2-1 Cleveland Browns, you know, they're bouncing back, getting a couple nice wins in the past 2 weeks, going against the Dallas Cowboys, who are now sitting at 1-2. And honestly, they should be 0-3, because if you think about it, if the Falcons didn't blow a lead, they would have never won that game. But anyways, for this game, I do think the Cowboys will pick up another win here. I don't see the Cleveland Browns being able to beat the Cowboys, because Dallas still is decent, man. Obviously, they've had some tough opponents. You know, last week against Seattle was obviously the biggest one, and they did almost win the game. You know, it would have been a little bit of a bigger lead for the Seahawks if DK Metcalf didn't do that one play, but no, I definitely think that Dallas should be easily capable of coming out on top over the Cleveland Browns in this game. Next game, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars now sitting at 1-2, going to take on the Cincinnati Bengals with 0-2-1 as their record, man. I hate seeing that one, man. Like, I hate ties. I'm so tired of it. Of course, it had to happen again this year. But anyways, I think I am going to roll with the Bengals, man, and Joe Burrow finally getting his first career win, man. I mean, you know, he looks solid. Obviously, just the team around him isn't the best, but I think Burrow looks decent, and, you know, he's getting closer and closer, man. You know, started the season with 2 losses, but then last week got a tie. You know, he tied the team. Just almost was able to outscore him and finally get the win. But I think a team like the Jaguars, who kind of got manhandled against the Dolphins, which a team that I feel like they shouldn't have got manhandled by them, I think that the Bengals, you know, if the Dolphins can do it, I think the Bengals can do it. So I think Joe Burrow, first career win, he's going to be getting it here against the Jags. This should be a good matchup here. We've got the Indianapolis Colts now sitting at 2-1, starting to bounce back, and their defense is looking pretty great this year, man. They are going to take on the Chicago Bears, who are sitting at 3-0. A team, though, that behind that 3-0, there's some questions behind it, man. And hey, the Nick Foles era is here, man. Did I not say it? Was it last week when I said Nick Foles is coming out soon? I don't remember if I did or not, but we knew it was happening, man. Trubisky, he's just not it, man. He's bad, okay? You just need to get rid of him, man. I'm sorry, but the fact that a team wasted a first-round draft pick on that guy, he turned out to be a bust. It sucks to say it, but I'm sorry. That's just my opinion on Trubisky, but this will be an interesting matchup to see if Nick Foles can really come out and be Nick Foles, man. And if the Bears go 4-0, I would be surprised, man, but I'm going to go with the Colts. I mean, like I said, it would be crazy to see 4-0 record for the Bears and see Nick Foles come in and get the win, but I think the Colts are starting to click a little bit better. Obviously, like I said, the defense is playing well, and then Phillip Rivers in the offense, you know, they're slowly going to get there. I feel like they still got some question marks for the offense, but for this game, I think I've got to go with the Colts. The 2-1 Arizona Cardinals now going to take on the 1-2 Carolina Panthers, and as for this game, I think I got to keep rolling with the Cardinals, man. You know, in all these matchups, I just feel like the Cardinals are the better team than their opponent. Obviously, I know that I've been hating on Kyler Murray, which I'm still I don't care for him. I don't think he's going to be a long-term franchise QB in the NFL. But, you know, this season, they're pretty solid. And going against a team like the Panthers without Christian McCaffrey still, I feel like it's kind of hard to pick the Panthers in this game, man. So I think the Cardinals definitely going to be getting the win here. Once again, looks like we should have an easy matchup here as in terms of who we're predicting to win this game. The 0-3 Giants now going to take on the LA Rams, who are now sitting at 2-1. Listen to me, man. I really thought, you know, with all the injuries to the Niners, that they would have, you know, not played as well against the Giants. I thought that would be a good chance for them to get the win, but just like the other New York team, man, I don't know. New York football is just, they don't know what they're doing over there or something, but obviously we are going with the LA Rams to be able to pick up the win here, man. They should definitely be able to do so against the Giants, and I see the Rams definitely moving on to 3-1. The Buffalo Bills now sitting at 3-0, man. Like I said, they're looking good, Buffalo for sure. I know they didn't play the toughest two teams at the start of the season, but last week against the Rams, that was a tougher opponent, and they went toe-to-toe with them, man, and they came out on top. It was definitely a very good game to see, and like I said, it came down to the wire, and they were able to clutch up and get that win, man. This week, they are going to take on the 2-1 Las Vegas Raiders, and I feel like it's just hard to pick against Buffalo right now, man. Like I said, they look like they're on a roll. Josh Allen continuing to play like a beast. The defense is playing great for the Bills as well, man, and the Raiders, you know, they look solid as well, but like I said, just the Bills, it's hard to pick against them, and I feel like they're playing great, so I can see them moving on to 4-0. Man, I really wish it was possible to be able to move games around at any point during the season, because the Patriots-Chiefs should definitely be Sunday Night Football over the next two teams playing right now, man. That's all I'm going to say. But anyways, the 2-1 Patriots, Cam Newton, he's going to be traveling to Kansas City, taking on the 3-0 Chiefs, man. And like I said, the Chiefs, they just look better than ever, man. Absolutely dominant. They definitely, they put a whooping on my Ravens last week, man. They pulled out some crazy plays on offense, and it was just, there was no answer for our defense, man. They crushed us, no doubt. But anyways, as for this game, I'm not picking against the Chiefs, man. I know Cam Newton, he's looking pretty solid with the Patriots for sure, and he definitely went toe-to-toe last week against the Seahawks, and obviously almost won the game. It came down to like one final play. But against the Chiefs, man, I don't see it happening. I can't bet against the Chiefs. I definitely could see, you know, Bill Belichick and his little, you know, genius sitting there in his little stupid hoodie and whatnot. I feel like, you know, it is definitely possible to see New England win the game against the Chiefs here. But as for right now, just the way that the teams are playing, I feel like it's hard to go against Mahomes and the Chiefs. And as for our Sunday night football matchup, the 0-2-1 Philadelphia Eagles, man, I don't know what's going on with them. They're missing a lot of pieces all over the team, man. And Carson Wentz has just not been playing good. I think he's got like 7 interceptions on the year, man. He's just bad, man. He's definitely he was a one-hit wonder. You know, that's kind of like the same trend that I'm saying what Kyler Murray's going to be. You know, like the first 2, 3, 4 years or something, you know, he'll be decent and then just falls off. And honestly, this kind of seems like what's going on with Carson Wentz, man. But they are going to take on the San Francisco 49ers, sitting at 2-1, who are just dealing with injury after injury, man, all over their team as well. And even though, you know, considering both of the situations with these two teams, I'm going to be picking the 49ers, man. The Eagles just don't look like they have it. It's a home game for the Niners. Obviously, they still look decent against the Giants there, which they should have, you know, playing against a team like that. And I'm, like I said, going to be going with the San Francisco 49ers for this game. And finally, last but not least, our Monday night football game. We have the 0-3 Atlanta Falcons, man. I don't know what to say about these guys at this point, man. They should be at least 2-1. They should have 2 wins on their record right now, man. But Atlanta, I just don't know what else to say about them. I feel bad for the fans. They're going to take on the Green Bay Packers, 3-0. Aaron Rodgers, he's just as dominant as ever. He looks fantastic this year. And how are you betting against him? How are you betting against Green Bay at home with the way Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have been playing, especially against a team like the Falcons, who they get a lead and they say, hey, you guys, you wanted to win instead? Okay, here, you can have it. Take it from us. But I don't know what's going over there with Atlanta, man. They got to figure some stuff out. Definitely going to be going with Green Bay to get the win here, man, because they have just been playing absolutely fantastic. And Aaron Rodgers, man, like I said, looks better than ever. And that is going to do it for my predictions this week, man. Week number 4. It looks like we've got another great group of games, man. Excited to watch these matchups on Sunday and just enjoy some more football. But like I said earlier, man, fingers crossed that, you know, all these players, the personnel, coaches, everybody, man, they just follow the dang rules and you know, don't spread this whole COVID thing, man, because I want a full NFL season, man. Just wear your stupid masks and stop going where you're not supposed to so we can have a full season of the NFL, man. Let's just hope that, you know, this little spark up with the Titans, it doesn't continue, and the rest of the league, you know, like I said, follows the rules, stay safe, and we get the rest of our season. But anyways, like I did say, that is going to be it for this one, you guys. I hope you all did enjoy it, man. Let's hope we don't put up as poor of a performance as we did last week, man. That's all that I'm hoping for. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed it, put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Enjoy football this week, man. And I will catch you guys all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.